Due to pandemic COVID-19 that occurred in our country as well in worldwide, the unemployment rates going higher day by day. Wait, what is unemployment? Let's take a look then. Unemployment is defined as a situation where someone of working age is not able to get a job but would like to be fall in full-time employment. Unemployment is often used as a measure of the health of the economy. Wait a minute, do you wonder why we want to discuss this issue? Of course, we have a reason. We chose this topic because this is one of the hottest issues that being discussed right now, especially during COVID-19 pandemic, which result in many workers losing their jobs and people also losing their incomes. Then, we want to know and discuss the percentage of unemployment that occurs in Malaysia, especially during the COVID-19 season. Besides that, we choose this topic because we want to discuss the solution together related to this issue that maybe can help people to maintain their life income. Next, we move to the statistic about unemployment rates. According to the data, the unemployment rate in Malaysia surged to 4.6% in September 2020 from 3.3% in the corresponding month of the previous year, amid the severe impact caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The number of unemployment jumped 41.4% from a year earlier to 737.5 thousand, while employment declined by 0.2% to 15.19 million. Meantime, the labor force rose 1.1% to 15.93 million. In August 2020, the jobless rate was at 4.7%. Do you ever curious about the factors that causing to the worst situation of unemployment? Let's talk about this. COVID-19 pandemic situation that caused many workers to lose their jobs. Then, the increased population which leads to higher unemployment rates. There are just a few job opportunities because the unstable economic resource which cause more unemployed people.
Have you think that this issue is affecting the income rates in Malaysia? The answer is yes indeed. Based on this video, we can conclude that there are different consequences between these three income rates. As we know, there are three income rates, which are lower income, middle income, and high income. So, the effect of this issue to lower income, they have to cut working hours and experience greater challenge in accessing healthcare. The other effect for the lower income, they will face the greater challenge in accessing home-based learning to children. For example, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, students need to study via online. So, the parents who are come from the lower income, they are unable to buy a laptop or handphone for their children to study at home. The lower income people, they will have no salary because they are unable to work from home, and many workplaces being shut down due to the COVID-19. Next, the effect for the middle income due to this issue is some of them were laid off. Also, the middle income people will be affected with no income due to the retrenchment. There are other effects for the middle income people who are M40. They will face a financial burden of household, and they will have limited saving that can only last for them for at least 1 month. For high income people who are T20, they are not affected so much because they still have a saving income. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the high income people, they need to lay off some workers from their company with poor financial position.
What are then the impact to vulnerable groups? Who are the vulnerable groups that are impacted due to COVID? Maybe I would share who are not impacted. Those who are not impacted from this crisis, two groups. The rich were not impacted at all. Another group is the politician in this country. They got jobs, so they're not impacted. The rest, majority of Malaysians are impacted. Why do I say majority of Malaysians are impacted? Malaysians, while they are not many are poor, poverty rate about 5.66%, but bulk of them are vulnerable. If there is shock, or there are shocks, health shocks, employment shock, they would fall into poverty. Bank Negara says 75% of Malaysians cannot even raise 1,000 during emergencies. And if you look at the poverty rate now 5.6%. But if you lose 700 ringgit of your household income, the poverty rate will increase by additional 11%, or additional 800,000 households. If one household has 4 members, get additional 3.2 million would fall into poverty just by losing 700 ringgit. And many has lost, or the income reduced by 700 ringgit during the crisis, during the MCO, because they cannot go to work, in particular the informal sector. So majority impacted.
Due to that, we have to come out with solutions that are applicable to be sought out during this pandemic. First, the government should increase the employment opportunities by supporting newcomers in business. Second, during this pandemic, we are in needy situation which required us to grab whatever job that being provided. Do not be choosy because it doesn't help us in the future. Third solution is the communities should support our local products as well as practicing and living our daily life by using local products including foods, groceries, water car maintenance, as well as traveling in our own country. Next, let's move to the Islamic views that related to unemployment issue. We have to find another solution as well as do not sit back when we do not being employed, because as we know, the livelihood or risky is coming from everywhere, either doing a small business or working at a great company. Next, as Allah SWT said in Surah Hud verse 6, there is no moving creature on earth whose provision is not guaranteed by Allah, and He knows where it lives and where it is laid to rest. All is written in a perfect record. So, as followers, we should follow His path in all matters as the way of life, as well regarding of seeking the livelihood. This is because the unemployment issue is not just affecting individuals, but this issue also affecting the whole country.